Let's try this again.
Alright. Hey, what's up guys? I was gonna do a whole video on unboxing my brand new item, but it just didn't want to work out. I bought a CR10 printer, really cool machine. While I was unboxing it, I was doing a video on it, but I didn't know the first thing about it, so I sounded like a big dummy trying to figure things out as I'm unboxing and unpackaging things, and you know, I just couldn't find stuff to put on video, so I'll just do this, right? So it's a very much open source printer. Oh, and for its price, it is a really cool printer. Well, I paid about 700 Canadian dollars including shipping, which was kind of a mess because I bought a bunch of filament. I think I bought 4 boxes of filament. It came separately. I got the filament first. Everything was fine in that area. Then all of a sudden I got a message from the shipping company, or was it the border? At the border, I got a letter from them, and they wanted proof that I paid for it, which was super weird. I've never done that before, but you know, a little frustrated. I sent them some proof of payment, and then they finally shipped it. I think I was looking at about 6 weeks to get it, so you know, it took me quite a long time. And it's a very much open source machine. You have to do all the settings yourself. It's kind of tough to do that. I use Creality. Well, no, not Creality. I use Cura. There we go. I use this one, Cura 2.7.0. I tried this one, 15.4.3. Not so familiar with that one, but the 2.7.0, I've got some stuff down. Shout out to Sonic Ox for helping me put this together. I seen one of his comments on Thingiverse, yep, I think, and it was about something else, and I just seen Sonic Ox had messaged on the based on the CR10 printer. So I was like, hey, I got one, and then I messaged him, and I'm like, yeah, he's got one. So thank you, Sonic, for helping me. I've been fiddling with things a lot, and I think I've pretty much got it down. It's crazy. Right now I'm printing a stand for a microwave. I've got a microwave that's overhanging on a ledge, and I'm just gonna put a stand on it. But anyways, like, check this out. It is crazy. The amount of options you can go with is, you know, your quality. It's loaded with options, and then you go to shell, and you know, they're all like loaded up completely. I can't really go into detail because it's a lot of stuff, and then change all your temperatures. And you know, I got filament. I got 4 boxes of filament. I thought they were all PLA. It turns out the one that I got on there right now is an ABS. I tried printing something, and it was so brittle and so messed up. So I checked back. I'm like, I got ABS. So I just got to print a whole lot hotter. I got it set at 230 with the bed sitting at 89. I want it at 100, but it just won't heat up to that point. I want to put a piece of insulation underneath to help heat it up faster. A couple of things that I printed are, this is after I've done all the tweaking and all that stuff as much as I can. I know I can see there's still some more things, but anyways, I printed this. Now this is kind of neat, with names on there. If I did 1 millimeter sticking over, it wanted to do supports right away, but this is 0.5 millimeter, and it sticks out pretty well. It looks good. I'm very impressed with the quality of the print. It's shiny, and you can see the infill pattern. I forget the name of the pattern, but it's really cool. It's very smooth. Another thing I printed was this SD card holder. holding all my SD cards. I always just had them laying in the drawer, and you know, hard time finding them. But here it is. Perfect. I think I made it half a mil or something like that bigger than the actual objects. It does the SD, micro SD, and USB. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 USB slots. I've got 2, 4, 6 SD slots, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 micro SD slots. Really cool. One of my first success. So, and then for the printer itself, the first thing I did do was print this stress reliever that everybody recommends, which I highly recommend. I could see when the table was moving, right at the solder point is where it might start bending and breaking stuff. So I highly recommend that first thing to be printed. And then I got this this duct, the new fan that probably helps with cooling. Doing a good job. I've got this extruder cover, which is really neat. It's got this built-in unit for the filament, because the filament was touching this right here, this rod, and it's a greasy rod, so you know, just try to stay away from that. And this thing is doing a great job. I know there's a few other objects out there on Thingiverse, but this one I like. And I used the tape for a while. I didn't really like it. It sticks really hard. It's hard to come off and take apart and stuff like that. So dollar store. Just go to the dollar store and get some hairspray. Works perfect. It's super shiny and yeah, works good. I mean, this is PLA. PLA tends to warp a whole lot sooner than ABS, and it seems to be holding up pretty good. I can see some spots that are letting go a little bit, but I don't think that's much of a concern. I'm not really worried about that. Oh, another big thing is the glass. This is the piece that it actually came with. It's dirty because I put a different kind of glue on there. I went to Lowe's and I bought me a package full of mirrors. A foot by a foot mirrors. And the reason why I did that, now for those of you who know this stuff, they understand. This piece of glass, if you put a ruler on top of it, it actually bows very, very slightly. And then if you flip it down, well, it's bowed the other way. But it's not straight. It's not 100% straight. And that's a bit of a concern, especially if you're printing a bigger object. One side will drag, as where the other side won't even touch the table. And you know, 0.5 millimeter or 0.6 millimeter is very important than 0.06, whatever. But anyways, it's important, right? And I checked these with a ruler and they're straight. I mean, they're really good. And I got a whole bunch, you know, I got 6 of them. I'm happy with the hairspray. I did use one other thing. Hang on. Light. There we go. It's super dark in here. Hang on. Okay. Hardware store. Classic spray adhesive. This is really sticky stuff, but this stuff, if you put it on and you print stuff, it actually stays on while you pull your objects off, and then for the next time if it dries off, it dries up, it's hard and dry and it's not sticky. Then as soon as the bed heats up, this stuff starts getting sticky again. So that's kind of cool. Just a little messy. I mean, I've got one here. I haven't cleaned it up yet. So I printed a few objects on here. It's dry right now. So if I was to heat up this piece on the bed, it would get right sticky again. If you do want to try it, the best way if you want to clean this up is spray 9. You put some spray 9 on it from the hardware store and you leave it sitting for a while. It's a degreaser. It takes anything that's greasy, it'll just remove it 100%. I put some spray 9 on there, left it for about 5-10 minutes, wiped it clean off. So if you decide to use this stuff. Right now, this is my first time using hairspray, and I'm happy. You know, I might just stick to that. So anyways, there you have it. It's prints a foot by a foot by a foot and a half. Apparently 300 by 300 by 400 is what it prints. There's a few more things you can print for this bed itself. You can get bigger wheels. These ones are kind of hard to work with, adjust. Just clip on bigger wheels. You know, I've been told that you want to level this 100%, or square it, I mean. Square from here to here, because you've got these brackets that hold the whole thing together. And they say if you just put them together, they can't be 100%. So you want to take a square, hold a square to it, and find out. I haven't even done that yet. I should. What else? Oh, when you get the printer, like I was scared. I thought they sent me a bad one because everything was loose. The bed was wobbly. Like I could move the bed about 3 millimeters. This thing was loose. I could move it up and down quite a bit. This thing was loose. I could wobble it, and I knew for a fact it wasn't going to print good like that. But they come, this whole thing, the package, they do a great job. Number one, they do an amazing job packaging it in the styrofoam and making sure it stays safe. And number two, they come with all the tools and hardware that you need. You've got these areas right here is where you take a wrench to and you adjust accordingly, and then it'll tighten things up. I better plug this thing in, it's going to lose power. Don't die on me. Anyways, GearBest is where I got it from. A little bit of an issue with the shipping. I don't know how busy these guys were when I bought it. I already purchased it and everything. It was free shipping is what they offered, and I paid for it. I waited 3 weeks hoping that, okay, at least now or in the next week I'll get it. And then I got a message from them saying that they can't ship with that the selected shipment to Canada. So they waited 3 weeks to tell me that, so that was kind of upsetting. I didn't have a problem with paying the shipping. It was like 40 bucks. It's not a big deal. 46 bucks. Not a big deal, but they waited 3 weeks to tell me that. So that was a bummer. And then the border also giving me a hard time about did I actually pay for the item? I've never heard of that before. But other than that, I am very happy. I'm very impressed. You know, they did a great job packaging all the tools, all the things you need. I got 4 extra spools of filament, so I've got a lot of work, you know, that I can do before I end up running out. Right now I'm just inventing, you know, I'm building stuff. Oh, this SD card holder, I didn't tell you that it will be on Thingiverse. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in, if you have a printer, if you're interested in printing something like that. It's a really cool unit. It does a good job. I've tested them. They work amazing. So I haven't been making a video in a while. Been busy, actually, very busy, but let me know what you think. Like this video, please. Subscribe if you haven't already, and shoot me a comment on what you think, or you know, anything else that you want to check out, or questions or something like that, I guess. Anyways, thank you so much for your support. and I'll see you again soon. Have a good day.